Here on this beautiful sunny Wednesday morning. I haven't been outside, but I'm hoping the sun is out, that it's going to warm up a little bit and we can go. I love autumn walks. I love seeing when the trees are just about to turn and you get all these colors coming through. I love, like, I think every season has got a beauty in them. And I just love when the weather is turning in the autumn, but it's still sunny and it's still like nice and bright outside. So let me know how you're doing. Today, we're going to be doing something. I love this one. This is so easy. A square stitch base, and we're going to embellish it on the top. And it's not long, very easy to do, but it can grow quite quick as well. And you can utilize it because you can just make the base, and then after you made the base up, you could, like, decide to decorate it with all sorts of different things. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna show you how to do the base. I got so many different colors to show you. You know me, I couldn't just have one color. I had to have all the different colors out there, and I'm just really love it. Just pop this into you, but I'm going to show you then. I'm going to show you all the different colors. Oh, look, I still got paint on my hand from the weekend. I was painting the hallway. So shall we have a look at what's on the website very quickly, and then I can turn you down and show them to you in real life, because they are so beautiful. They are so sparkly. This has been coming for some time. I've been playing with these, and sometimes, like, it's just nice to do, like, an easy but sparkling and spectacular, elegant little project. But I'm gonna pop you to the website, and then we're gonna come back and have a look all the different colorways. Right, okay, so by now you know the drill. What you need to do, you're gonna go to totallybeads.co.uk. Now we have hundreds and hundreds of different tutorials from all over from different techniques and from all sorts of loads of different things. So to check them out, you're going to go into categories, and you're going to go into video tutorials here, or you're going to click on this big button on the right hand side at the top and get into the same space. Now here, if I'm just very quickly going to scroll down, because if you are new, you might not notice, we always display the current month, and then all the others are being grouped by, because like we would have hundreds and hundreds of them all the way down. You can search tutorials by date, and then we're going back all the way, like there's so many months. We had March 2020. You can search tutorials by kind, which is like accessories, bracelets, Christmas, earrings, home decor, necklaces, etc. And you can search tutorials by technique, where we go into sort of, if it's you fancy doing a stitched one, you fancy doing something with elastic, perhaps you fancy doing something with a herringbone stitch, so you can search tutorials that way. And we got a section with more video tutorials, where these are more of like a short form tutorials at the top for the product. Right, okay, so I'm going to scroll back, and I'm going to today's, which we called the Grace bracelet. Actually, Leanne came up with the name. We were sitting here yesterday for probably about a good half an hour trying to decide what we're going to call this bracelet, because we went to all of the names, and it was like, no, this doesn't really sound like an Annabelle. It doesn't really sound like I can't even remember what sort of names we were coming up with. But we were here for quite some time, and what I should have done, I should have put a post on for you, and you should have decided. Right, very quickly we're going to go through it. So the price is made up of the crystals, indicate the seed beads. There is 3 bags of seed beads. There is 2 bags of size 6 and 1 bag of size 11. That's how I made up. However, Simon has given us a 10% discount on every single one of them. And what's great about it, I'm just gonna pop into this Lagoon Breeze. Leanne has named the colors this time as well. One of this kit will make you 2 bracelets, so not 1 but 2 bracelets at a time. So it's really nice to you know, if you want to make one for yourself and want to give away, it will make 2 bracelets. So each one of these kits will make you 2 bracelets. So let's have a look. We have got autumn leaves, we got Cheshire blush, diamond dust, electric violet, gilded gold, glacier, heather ash, sand. We got lagoon breeze, we got midnight summer, we got nude rose, orchid rainbow, petrol blue, pewter grey, royal azure. I have to say, Leanne, these are really posh names. Like I'm gonna have to get you to name the colors more often, because they I'm really impressed. They sound really, really good. Right, okay, so let's go down to the mat, and while we're going down to the mat, I'm just gonna come back to me for a sec, and then we are straight going down to the mat. Let me just move this over. Right, so we have got all the beautiful colors here. I'm going to zoom in and show them to you as well. They are really, really sparkly. They are all very beautiful. Right, before I do that, let me very quickly come and say hello. Good morning, Edward, Lisa, Lucy, Isla, Annie, Robin, Karen. Karen is saying it's sunny here in Manchester. Wendy, good morning everyone from lovely sunny Felixstowe. She's saying good morning. Pamela, Camille says windy here but blue skies. Sheila said good morning. Rachel, good morning. GT. Rachel is saying South Yorkshire is windy, so it's a craft day. It's a perfect, when it's windy and raining, it's a perfect day to sit inside and just play with some sparkly crystals, isn't it? Lucy popped the link up there for us, so do go and have a look. 10% off on the kits. Don't forget, 1 kit to make you two bracelets, not just 1 but 2 bracelets. And if you buy 2 different kits, then you can mix the crystals together. So for example, if I bought this and these 2 together, I could put the brilliant blue on the sort of these, most of the midnight nebula colorway, and then vice versa as well. So you can, because 1 is enough for 2. Morning, Sue, Debbie, Mina. Well done, Leanne, on the limbs. Yeah, I'm really impressed, Lucy. I think this is the first time Leanne named the colors, but I'm going to get her to do it all the time now. She's done a very good job. Right, okay, so very, very quickly, let me show you the colorway. So I'm going to zoom in 1 more, and then we're going to go with going to show you the colorways. Let me just move my screen over here to the middle. Right, okay, so autumn leaves, which is this one. So this one is a gold with these beautiful, I call them mermaid pink crystals. Very, very beautiful colorway. I love golds and reds and teals together. Right, next one. Cerise blush. I'm hoping I'm saying these names right. If not, just shout at me. This is the pink one. This I chosen like a mauvey color seed beads with a lighter pink on the top. So some of the crystals will blend in with the seed beads, and some of them are going to be standing out. Next one is the diamond dust. I love this one. This is the black diamond seed beads, and what I love about these ones, because they go with so many different colors, and silver dust is the crystals on the top. This will go with greens, this will go with browns, this will go with grays, this will go with like so many different colors. I love this color. Next one is electric violet, which is this one. I do love this one. I love all of them. Not because I put the colors together, but I do love all of them. So we got a purple seed bead color here. However, the crystals got somewhat a hint of green in them, like giving you like a bit of a garden feeling, or I don't know. But it's really, I love blending sometimes different colors together. So gilded gold is the next one. So we got our gold color seed beads with the beautiful gold plated crystals. Next one is a glacier, which we got our silver line seed beads, very weddingy actually as well, and crystal AB crystals on the top, very nice and bright. I'm just scrolling down, making sure I'm reading get the right name to me. Heather ash, which is this one. So I would have called this Tanzanite. This is my Tanzanite color, but I actually really love Heather Ash, how Leanne named them. So we got these beautiful Tanzanite seed beads, and we have these purple AB crystals on the top. Next one is the sand. Now we got brown iris seed beads and a sand color crystal, iris sand, Leanne called this one. Next one is the orchid rainbow, which I have got on my wrist. I love, love, love this color as well. Again, mauve seed beads. This is more kind of like on the mauve side. The pink was more like, still like more towards the pink side, but still that I guess maybe a bit more lilac-y. That's a better and you see we got the rainbow crystals with it. I really do love this colorway. Now next one is the petrol blue, which is this really nice and nebula seed beads. So it's a darker blue seed beads and then electric blue crystals on the top, more like give you like a navy look as well. Next one is the pewter gray, which is this one, and I think I missed some out, so I'm gonna have to back up a row. This one is the pewter gray. This one has got a hint of blue in it, and but it's predominantly a gray color. Again, I love colors like this because they go with blues, they would go with jeans, they would go with these whites, they would go with all sorts of different colors. Next one is the royal azure, which is this very nice blue. Like this is like a perfect blue to me, and I do love, oops, I do love this color as well. Really, really rich color. Right, and we missed 3 out because I got 3 in the mat, so I need to back up which row I missed out on. Nude Rose, Midnight Shimmer. Yeah, I missed that thing. Lagoon Breeze. So yes, this one is Lagoon Breeze. It's like a tealy colorway. I really do like, this is my go-to color. So I would, I have got quite a few tops, and they're just like they would go really, really nice together. I love anything sort of sea color, right? And the Midnight Shimmer hematite colorway, hematite seed beads with hematite crystals on the top. So this is not black, but more like a graphite color. So again, goes with a lot of different outfits. Now this one is the Nude Rose. So you got your rose gold seed beads, and then you got your nude AB crystals on the top. Very nice. And kind of like a beigey colorway comes up. But again, something like this would go with everything because it gives you the overall rose gold feeling. Right, okay, so we threw the colors. Now, you know what I'm going to ask next. Which color do you want me to demo with? Because I got them all here. We need to choose one. So we need to kind of narrow down, like, the colors. So do let me know right now in the comments which one is your favorite color. I'm not sure if I can, like, repeat it all the way down very, very quickly. But just let me know which one did you resonated the most with you. You can give me a number. There is this one as well, or rose gold, of course, nude rose, nude. I think this one is gonna be the one, and we're gonna have to be demo with because that's the one that all of you are saying you liking. Hematite, please. So that one is a contestant as well. Oh, Sheila is saying, how do you expect us to choose? They're all lovely. Well, if you had all day, Sheila, I would just sit here and kind of like, I would like to just sit here and bead and make them all up. A purpley one. Pink. Oh, well, you're going to come in with all colors now, aren't you? You got pink. Glacier, please. Which one was the glacier? That one. I think this one is not going to show up quite well because my background is white. The rainbow looks beautiful. Yes, the rainbow one looks beautiful as well. Rainbow one. Another one for the rainbow. Purple, nude rose. I think the nude rose won because we keep circling back to this nude rose color. So let's let me just grab the crystals for that one, and we're gonna go with that. Okay, so in your kit, and this one I already made one up from it. You can choose the thread as an extra on the top. So you're gonna have a 8x10 crystal, which this one we're gonna use as a clasp. Then you have got your 6x8 crystals, which we are going to sew onto the top. I'm just gonna take a few off of this. Then you have got your 2 bags of size 6 seed beads, which what we're gonna start with. So I'm just gonna put these out. And then you have got your size 11 seed beads, what we're gonna do on the top. So I'm just gonna start off and show you the square stitch, and then we can have a little bit of a chat while I do a few rows, so I can show you how to embellish at the top. Right, okay, so I'm gonna grab a needle. I'm gonna try to find and not sew. This needle is too wonky, and not so a straightish needle. What do I just do with my needles? I have been beading in the lounge. Oh, there they are. Lounge yesterday. So there we go. There is my little mouse. Right, so I'm just gonna take a straightish needle, and you know, sometimes like you can't find a straight needle. Very quickly, just going to thread this. Right, okay, square stitch. So we're going to start with square stitch. Now leave your bobbin on, because you can continue your bracelet the other way with this one. Very, very easy. I love square stitch, one of my favorite stitches. And the nude rose will go nice with coffee. Yeah, absolutely. So if I get this one out, you could mix these two colorways, because you could add that color on the top of this one and this color on the top of that one as well. So you could do all sorts of different things with the colors. You know us, we can't just have two colors. Right, back to square stitch. So I am going to pick up 3 seed beads. So every single row I'm gonna have 3 seed beads, and I'm going to zoom in a bit more so you can see very well. So I'm going to take these 3 seed beads down, and what I'm looking for is to do a 3 bead square stitch. So I'm going to pick up 1 extra bead. Now this is my tail end up here, this is my working end. I'm going to come through this very last bead one more time and back towards me. So when I pull this up nice and tight, these two are just going to go ahead and sit side by side. Next, I'm going to come through the bead I just added, just like that. And I'm going to pick up another size 6. Now again, I'm going to pull this down, and I'm going to come through the second one back towards me. And when I pull this down, these two just going to go and sit side by side. Then I'm going to go up through the bead just added, and finally I'm going to pick up 1 more and come through the very last one back towards me, and again going out back up the same way I just been through. So I have completed my second row. Really easy as that. But before I go on to my third row, I'm going to go and come down all the way on row 1 and go up all the way on row 2. That just kind of stitches them, making them really, really strong. Right, I'm picking up 1. So you can either flip-flop your work as you're going on, or you're going to going backwards and forwards yourself. So picking up 1 size 6, I'm exiting at the top this time. So I'm going to come from the other side, pull this up nice and tight, then I'm going to come through the bead I have just added. Then I'm going to pick up another one, come through the middle bead. Again, I'm going away from myself this time, and then come back through it. So we're just creating little loops and loops and loops in between every, or on sort of in between around every single bead. I'm just doing the last one, and then before I go on row 4, I'm gonna come through all of row 2 and then go through all of row 3 just to sew those beads together, just like that. And I'm going to repeat this. I'm going to add a few rows on the top, and then I'm going to show you how to attach one end, and we're going to start the embellishment on the top. So if you have got any questions, please put a Q in front of your question. If you got any tips, please put a T in front of your tips so I can make sure I can identify those and read it out to everybody. Right, how are we doing so far? Is square stitch, have you done square stitch before? Let me know in the comments if you've done square stitch before. Just put like yes in the comments so I know I can move on to the next lot of next part of the demo. Angela is saying the Taz unbeading is square stitch but 100 beads wide and long. It's going to keep me busy. Absolutely. I think, Angela, if I remember, you were utilizing a cross stitch pattern, and that's just so great. I love doing big projects like that and home decor projects, and square stitch is great, but it gives you this loom like finish, but with the off loom technique, because obviously we don't need to have our beads on or threads on our loom. Question, do we get full bag of Toho and kit? Yes, absolutely. So you get 2 bags of size 6 and 1 bag of size 11. And one kit will make you 2 bracelets. And Simon has given us a 10% on that. It comes with instructions as well. And coming back through. I'm very quickly just going to add a few rows. Because we're working with size 6, it does grow quite quickly, although you are stitching the beads together so many times that they're not going to come apart. There we go. I haven't got coffee this morning. I just got like a squash. I didn't have time to make a coffee. Although when I turn my computer on, and this is always the way, I think. So I don't know what possessed me, but when I turned my computer on this morning, and usually when it says like such and such need upgrading, would you like to upgrade? And I always say no, like I'll do it later. And this morning, for some reason, I just pressed OK. So the program upgraded, and then the computer wanted to restart itself. So I would have had time, but I was just sitting here right next to the computer. I was like, come on, I need to go live. I got a demo to deliver. I really do love this bracelet. Very, very easy to do. Now, no coffee this morning, just a squash. So I just ran out and got a glass of squash. I did have a coffee already, and I'll have one straight after. I am probably drinking too much coffee anyhow, during the day. So cutting down on coffee a little bit, probably it's not as bad. Oh, thank you so much for the star, Celine. You really, really appreciate it. Right, so how are we doing? Mina saying, Kitty, please go and get a coffee as we can wait. Oh no, don't worry, I got my squash. I'm fine. Like, I'm really fine. But if you like live near me or live close to me like you could go and make me one. Can you get coffee delivered actually? Is that a thing they do? I don't know. These days you can get like anything delivered, so maybe you can get coffee delivered as well. I don't know. Right, so I'm going to do a few more rows, and then I'm gonna show you how to add the end on, and then we're gonna do the embellishment on the top, which is so easy. Just gonna, you make time for yourself, have a decaf coffee. Well, yeah, I could have decaf as well, because actually I do like the taste of coffee. Like, I love my coffee syrups, and you know, I just love the taste of them. They come in all sorts of different tastes. I use these syrups called skinny mixes, which like these 0-calorie syrups. Probably there's a lot of things in it what's not good for you, but they make your coffee taste fantastic. So yeah, I could drink decaf as well, maybe for a while. I think you need your own personal barista, absolutely. Starbucks delivery, Linda is saying, oh, I didn't know. We haven't got a Starbucks near us, though. Like, we got Costa up the road and loads of other ones as well. But no Starbucks here. Right, so maybe one more row. So you haven't said to me, didn't let me know in the comments, have you done square stitch before? Do you need me to explain it again, or are we okay with square stitch and we can move on to the clasp part? Let me know. If you have done square stitch before in the comments, just say yes, and then I know we can safely move on to the next part of the demo. Oh, Pia is saying she can't buy anything, she's got no dress yet. Oh, bless. Linda's saying yes, she knows square stitch. Lucy's saying, I switched to decaf a few weeks ago. No more caffeine withdrawals. Oh, yeah. I think that's the other thing. Like, I've given up coffee before. Quite a few years ago. I didn't drink any coffee or tea for about 6 months, I think it was. And what happened? What happened? Like, every time after that, if I had a coffee, I was up like really late. So we went out shopping, and I think it was, I can't remember if it was Victoria, Lucy, and they really wanted to have a Costa, so we went to Costa. And I had a latte. I asked for a weak latte. Couldn't go to sleep until 3 a.m. So coffee is really strong. Right, Susan is saying, yes, done square stitch. Yes, please go over again. I missed the beginning. Elaine is saying, I have done this project before, I think from one of the USBs. It was slightly different because we were adding different bits on the top. So this is what the beauty of it, Lucy, that when you know, like when you make bases for your bracelets and you decorate them, embroider them, or like adding things on the top of it, sewing other beads on top of it, you got so many different options. So this bracelet and let me just grab it for you. The hedgehog bracelet actually has the same base. I should have grabbed this earlier. So the hedgehog bracelet has the same base, exactly the same number of beads with exactly the same, but this one has got this beautiful, it's a different embellishment on the top. This one has got these beautiful gemstones on the top, but underneath it, and I'm going to turn the other one as well, you can see they are exactly the same. So when you combine a couple of different techniques, it is really like, you can do all sorts of different things. Right, so I'm going to get to the end of this row, and then I'm going to talk you through one more time how to do it, the square stitch, and then we can go straight into adding the clasp. So with square stitch, you're gonna be stitching each bead to each bead in the row before, and then we're gonna go up and down to sew the rows together. So when you first pick it up, and just imagine this is the first 3 beads. I just picked up 3 beads, and that's all I picked up on my thread. So my tail would be hanging out just from the top, and then I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to pick up 1 bead. Now I'm going to come back, I'm exiting at the bottom, so I'm going to come back towards myself on the very last bead, and when I pull this nice and tight, you can see those two beads are just going to sit side by side. So I'm going to come up through that bead I just added, and then I'm going to pick up my next size 8 bead. This time I'm going to come back through the middle bead, but only the middle bead, and I'm going to pull this up nice and tight, and I'm going to take my thread to the right, and I'm going to go up through the bead I just added, but just the one I added. Then I'm going to pick up another one, and I'm going to come through this very last one at the top back towards myself, so I'm forming loops in between and over each one of those beads, and then I'm going to go up through the bead I just added. Then I'm going to, because I finished my row, I'm going to come down the whole of the row before and go up the whole of the row I just added. And this time I'm facing up, so when I pick up a seed bead, but you can flip it around, and then you're always working in the same direction. But this time I'm facing up, so I'm going to come through the other side, going to come through that bead from the other side, and now these two just going to sit side by side. Then coming down on this, picking up the next one, going through the middle, then coming down, picking up the last one, going up, and again coming back down. So I'm just creating loops and loops and loops. Right, so I think we are okay with square stitch, so let's add the clasp. Now normally what I would do when I make these bracelets, and I got a different color black diamond base here, what I would do, I would go ahead and I would add my little bead first, which I'm going to use as a clasp, and this is perfect as well. So if you got any sort of allergies or anything at all for metal findings, or you know, you can always use a bead, but always add the bead first, and then on the other side you're going to add the loop to make sure that loop is going to be the right size for the bead. Oh, Angela, thank you so much for the stars, really appreciate it. Also, saying never done square stitch, but it seems simple enough. Oh, it's absolutely simple. You're gonna love it. Like, there is so many different things you can do with it to really, like, you know, to do all sorts of different things. So you're gonna make your base, and once you made your base, that's when you're gonna start to decorate it. So normally, which is what we're gonna do now, we're gonna add this end on. We're gonna add our bead on, which we're gonna use as a clasp, and then I would sew that on. I would leave if I got a long thread left on this side, I would leave it just there, then go back to the bobbin, take more thread off the bobbin, and continue my bead work the other way until I get my desired length, and I'm going to be adding the loop on the other side, and then I'm going to start decorating the bracelet itself. So first I'm going to add this bead onto here. So that will be our closure. That's where our loop is going to close into. And then I'm obviously not going to go on the other side and do a whole lot of beading. I'm going to start showing the decoration on top really easy. Right. So what I want to do, I want to whiz around. So I'm going to go through the whole of the row before, and I'm going to come through the first bead, just one bead in the very last row. I'm going to pick up one size 11 seed bead, one size 6 seed bead. I'm going to go through the crystal and pick up another size 11 seed bead. I'm going to take these down, and I'm going to come through. I'm going to ignore this very last seed bead. I'm going to come through the crystal and the size 6. And when I pull this up nice and tight, this is just going to sit on the top there. I'm going to pick up one more size 11. So I've exited out of this bead at the top. I'm going to go to the other side and just come through this bead on the other side. So I'm centralizing my bead on the top there. Now, before I go any further, I'm going to go all the way up on the row before. And this is why is it great that we're working with size 6 beads, because you can go through them so many times. Now I'm going to come through not just the first, but the first two size 6s into the 11, and up the size 6 into that crystal, and then I'm going to come through the size 11 and I'm going to go back down. Now I like to repeat this. So we have came through 2 of the beads and went up. So we're going to go through the size 11, and this time we're going to go, so if you can see, if I bring it up, can you see I got a thread path going to the very last bead. So this time I'm going to go to the other direction and I'm going to go through this last 2 beads here and pull it nice and tight. So now my seed beads are connected to both of the beads on both of the sides. I hope that makes sense. Right, I'm going to go around one more time just to go up to really secure this, probably 2 or 3 times. That's what I would do, just to have a really nice, because don't forget, this is the part where you're going to be pulling and pushing your bracelet the most, where you're closing and opening it as you're taking it off or putting it on. So once you feel like you went through enough your clasp and you're ready to add your, or like finish the other side and you're ready to add your decoration on the top, then all we're gonna do is we're gonna make sure that we are coming out one of the very last seed beads, and this is when we're gonna need to start picking up our size 11 seed beads and adding our crystals as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna pick up 4 size 11 seed beads, and I'm gonna pick up a crystal and then 1 size 11 seed bead, just like that. So 4, 1 crystal and 1. And as I'm exiting out of the bottom here, I'm going to take it to the top and I'm going to come through that row one more time. So this very last row, we're going to come through this row one more time. And now we're going to start moving up row by row. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pick up, but I'm going to pick up in reverse what I just picked up. So I'm going to pick up 1 size 11, I'm going to pick up a crystal, and I'm going to pick up 4 size 11 seed beads. And this time, instead of taking my needle through the very first row, I'm just going to go ahead and going to go through the second row. And when I pull this up nice and tight, then this one is just going to sit right on top, sort of between row 1 and 2. Then I'm going to go ahead, let me just untwist this a little bit because I want my thread nice and straight. Then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pick up 4 seed beads, because in my row before I only got 1 at the bottom, so I'm always reversing what I'm picking up. 1 crystal, 1 seed bead. Now this time I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go through row number 3. So each time I'm just moving over 1 row. So I'm coming out of row number 2 at the bottom here, and I'm going to go through the whole of row number 3. And when I pull this up nice and tight, my next row, my next decoration on the top just going to sit there, and then back to square one. So I'm picking up 1 size 11, 1 crystal. I always know if I have to pick up 1 or 4, because the one next door when I'm coming out, it's either got 1 or 4 on there. So this time 1 seed bead, 1 crystal, 4 seed beads. Again, I'm coming out of this row right here. So I'm just going to go through the row next door and so on. You're going to keep adding quite easily, really, really easily, adding your crystals to the top of your beaded bracelet. But equally, we could be adding other different designs. Really easy as that, and you're gonna go and run all the way down. Now you can make up your own pattern. You can do all sorts of different things. So you could experiment with having maybe 2 crystals on the top, or and in one row, and no crystals for another row, and just seed beads in the next row, and the 2 crystals again. Really, it's up to you. You could do all sorts of different things. Very easy, very playful. You could do loads of different things with it. Nina, did you know Kitti can bead while she sleeps? I wish I could, Lucy. I really do. I think I would get through so many projects. But lately I have been staying up late, I have to confess, doing all sorts of different bits and pieces. So yeah, definitely love making anything, not just beadwork, but all sorts of crafts. I love all sorts of crafts. Right, pulling this through. Right, when we pulling your loops through, just make sure that your loops don't get caught with the previous loops. Always try to pull it to the left and then pull it tight, and make sure you got a nice and clear run on your loop. And you're just going to go ahead and keep on adding the crystals and seed beads to the top. Now, if you run out of thread, you can quite simply just weave one in, because we're working with size 6 beads here. They are quite forgiving. You can go through them so many times that you will be fine, like anywhere to, and I just got a knot on my thread. There we go. You will be fine adding a new thread in. So to add a new thread in, I would just sort of weave it in and out, maybe do one thread knot on the end of a row, and that's it. Once you go through a few times, go up and down a few times, you'll be nice and secure. Like, I'm going to add a couple more. See, it's growing quite quickly. So if I wanted to make a bracelet from start to finish, it would probably take me less than an hour, I think. I'm not quite sure that yeah, maybe I would say 50 minutes. I could make it in. Now, the other thing, when I'm adding on the things on the top, sometimes what I like to do, I do turn my bracelet around and hold on to the loops before. So when I'm adding my next loop, there's no way the thread can get caught with anything there. And then I'm going to go ahead and add my next row and next row all the way down. Now, do let me know in the comments if you think this was easier or this was more difficult, how you thought it was going to be. And very quickly we are growing our, Sheila is saying it looks simple and so effective. Lots of crafts are good for exercise for the brain. Absolutely. And just saying, does she disturb Simon? I'm not sure what you mean, like beading at night. I don't think anything could disturb Simon. Once he's asleep, he's asleep. Cannonballs could be going off right next to your head and he would sleep. There we go. I'm just going to keep pulling this up and adding the top rows. Eleni saying looks a nice easy make. Debbie saying love it, ordered mine. So do have a look on the website, you know, totallybeads.co.uk, video tutorials. Now there is a 10% off on the kits, but don't forget each one of the kits, and my needle just came off the thread. One kit will make you 2 bracelets, so not just one but 2 bracelets it will make for you. So do bear that in mind when you're ordering, that you could make one for yourself. And then you could perhaps keep going away. It looks slightly easier to add the decoration than the hedgehog bracelet. So we're just going to bring the hedgehog bracelet back in shot. So like as I said, the basis of it is exactly the same for both of the bracelet. Yes, this one takes a little bit longer and you're adding more of things on the top. But just look at the sheer size of it. So bear in mind the base the base what we're making, this is an empty base, is exactly the same size on both bracelets. It's decoration how you add it on the top. And if I turn it sideways, can you see like how deep is that? And I'm going to turn this sideways and see how deep is that. So you're adding much more onto the hedgehog bracelet. This one is really quickly to make, the one we are making today. Really, you know, I think it's a really nice and very sparkly bracelet, very, very elegant as well. So shall we recap those beautiful colors one more time, just because Leanne's given them so lovely names. I really love the names she has given. So this one is the nude rose. So we got this beautiful rose gold with the nude, and I'm just going to zoom out one so I can put them all up. Okay, and next one I have got is the, let me just get, I would call this hematite because it's hematite colors, but Leanne called them midnight shimmer. And what a wonderful name is for that, because it's not black, it's just that sort of hematite gray charcoal gray color. Next one is the azure, royal azure, so definitely it's a royal blue, beautiful, beautiful true blue colorway. Next one is the pewter gray, which has got like a hint of blue in it. I do love, like, this color goes so nice with denim, but it goes so nice with grays as well. Next one is the petrol blue, which is this one. So I would call this navy because it's got the nebula seed beads in there, and also these beautiful electric blue crystals. Next one is the orchid rainbow, which is the one I am wearing. I love these rainbow crystals with this somewhat sort of violet-y, lilac-y color seed beads. Next one is the lagoon breeze, beautiful tealy colorway. You know me, I love anything tealy. Next one is the sand, and this one is a brown iris seed bead with the sand color crystals on the top. Next one is the heather ash, which is this beautiful purple AB crystals with the tanzanite seed beads. And next one is the glacier, which is crystal AB crystal with silver lined clear seed beads, very, very weddingy as well. Next one is glided gold seed beads and gold crystals, perfect for Christmas as well, very Christmassy colorway. Next one is electric violet. Now this one I so love because the seed beads are purple and it's quite a nice strong color purple, but the crystals somewhat have got like a little bit of a greeny, olivey greeny hint to them. I just love mixing colors together sometimes. So diamond dust, black diamond seed beads with silver dust crystals. I do love this colorway. Cheshire cerise. I hope I'm saying this right. Someone do say to me, how do you say blush? Which is this beautiful pink with this light pink crystals. I'm gonna pop this on the top. And autumn leaves, last but not least, with beautiful gold seed beads, these autumn rainbow crystals. I really do love these this colorway as well. So if you get, because one kit makes, I'll just wiggle this in a little bit. One kit makes 2 bracelets. You could actually, if you get 2 kits, you could mix the crystals in between the 2 different colors. So for example, I could mix the gold and the sand. That would come up really nicely. Or I'm just like picking out random colors here. You could mix the steely color with the clear, or you could mix the purple with that. You could mix these 2 blues together. You could mix this blue and hematite one together. There is so many different things you could do. You could mix this beautiful gold with the nude You could mix it with this one. You could mix, even the pink would go really nice with that gold as well. So do have a look, because one kit will make you 2 bracelets. We got 10% off on it until the end of the week. So do check that one out. Right. So Lucy's saying so hard to choose. Absolutely. Well, Lucy, that's why we got so many different colorways because it's really, really hard to choose for me as well when I'm designing them and I'm making them. And like, you know, I come, like usually this is how it goes. I come up with a stitch, I make a bracelet, and then I look up possible colorways. Usually I look about 20 of them. I was like, I will cut it down to 6. And it never really works that way. So in this one, in this case, you got a color. Everybody's got a color there to choose from. Angela's saying going to get ready to go home for 4 weeks. Oh, very well done. Angela works away a lot, so I'm glad that you're well. I'm sure you're so pleased to be able to go home for 4 weeks and have 4 weeks off. Right, okay, my lovelies. I am gonna sign off. Everybody have a beautiful week. But before I go, I want to show you these beauties we are doing in the Bead Club tomorrow. I'm just gonna go back down, zoomed in. We're gonna be doing these beautiful crosses tomorrow, crystal crosses in the Bead Club. You can there is still time to join in. If you go on to beadclub.co.uk, you can book into the class. You don't have to have a monthly membership, but you can just join in for one class. So we're gonna play around with the different tops as well, like what goes better with what you're doing. But I just really do love these little crosses made out of bicones. I think they're quite nice. Just a little decoration as a pendant. Right, I ordered the pink kit for Bead Club. Yeah, I did so many different colorways for these ones that I think they're going to be great. Really, I'm really looking forward to these ones to make these ones tomorrow with you. So going to be actually. Oh, hang on. I got this one. Like I can show you. beadclub.co.uk that way. Always mix it up which way I have. There we go, beadclub.co.uk. So go on there and you can book into tomorrow. And Lucy just given us the link at the bottom as well. Don't forget, we do it on Zoom. So it doesn't matter if you got a laptop, if you got an iPad, or if you just got your phone, you can come into Zoom with every single one of those devices. So you know, and if you need help with Zoom, you can always shoot us a message or an email. I'm really, really happy to help you. Right, my lovelies, have a beautiful week. I'll be in Bead Club tomorrow. Don't forget Creation Station on Sunday night on my channel, but details will be added to that later on the week. And Natalie's going to be with you on Friday, and she's doing some beautiful wrapped bracelets. So do tune in for that one as well. So have a beautiful week, everybody. As you're saying, oh, Kitti slept all the way through. Your voice is so relaxing. Oh, thank you. Well, I was trying to keep you interested with my beautiful crystals, but never mind. Right, everybody, have a beautiful week, and I'll see you very soon. Bye.